रिकॉर्डिंग Welcome participants once again to our third session of Microsoft project at CAD/CAM Experts. Myself Sandeep Sharda, and we are going to discuss today the different type of industrial drawings and their documentation. Basically, in the MS project we are going to use the set of different nomenclature of the activities, their duration and the activities relationship, so that we would like to know that what is the start time and the finish time of those particular set of activities. So prior to that, we have already gone through the two sessions which we are going to just revise. The first session was that what is the project, why we are going to use the project, and what is the project management. So project management we have discussed that it is a set of basic knowledge, skill, tools and techniques which are going to be used to exceed the stakeholder expectations, project managers expectation, and what we are going to basically get as a output from this project. So this is the project management we have discussed, and we have discussed that what are the different criteria and the needs are going to be available in the future construction projects which are going to be executed in India, globally. Those particular projects 2020 onwards, because of the hold of the last 6 months due to of COVID-19 pandemic effect, these particular projects are going to be in very swing from 2020 on July onwards, and definitely those particular new projects which are also upcoming in 2020 onwards, they are going to be a huge need of project executors, project planners. So this particular MS project software is a planning management software for the project execution, which is basically used for managing the activities through it for the project and project execution at site. So my dear friends, we have discussed the project management definition, how this project management is being used, a screenshot of a particular MS project 2010 to make you aware that what is the project management MS project, the software screen, how it looks like. This is we have discussed. Definitely in the subsequent session, second session, we have discussed about the breakdown structure and project management terminology. So breakdown structure is nothing but breaking down the whole project into a groups, systems, subsystems, then up to the activity level, which is a manageable unit, and that particular manageable units or called as activity or task which are going to be managed at a particular site during the execution. We are not going to control the groups and subgroups or the system or the subsystem at the site, but those particular activities level, maybe it is a level 3 or level 4 in breakdown structure. In current screen you can see the construction of house which we have discussed at a level 1, level 2, that construction of house is breakdown to the masonry work, carpentry work, electrical fittings, water and sanitary fittings, then finishings. Then we have gone through this level 2 is further we have break down the masonry work into a foundation work, then partitions, pillars and finishers. Then foundation, further we have described in the last session that foundation can have the activity level. Now the foundation have the activity level is the excavation, then side board fixing, then rebar fixing, then concreting, curing and removal of that side boards. So these are the activity level which we have to manage actually at the site for controlling the projects. And similarly, we have discussed there are so many different equipments are going to be constructed, erected at a particular petroleum industries, fertilizer industries, and so many mega projects. And also apart from that, there are several government projects whether it is a site road construction projects, the flyover projects, other projects which are already in swing and going to be executed in near future. So my dear friends, again once again that there will be definitely a huge requirement of project executors, project initiators, project planners, construction engineers, construction executives. It may not be required that you are going to have a technical qualification, but if you have a bent of managing the people through the planning, through your particular ACOM of your planning management, and this planning management ACOM you can use this by using this particular software. You are going to manage so many of the activities at a site, at a construction site. But before that, we need to know some of the basic parameters and how in the standard way those activities are going to be written. So in the today's session we are going to discuss that what are the different drawings are going to be used at a construction site. Though it is not much more essential for a particular freshers, but I would like to tell you, my dear friends, that you need not to be go as a fresher in the industry. Once you are at an industry level, that at least your seniors must appreciate that you are knowing something about the field drawings and you know how to write the activities in the MS project. So for that, in this regard, we also as a fresher or the just a year, 2 years or say couple of years experienced engineers at a particular any project at a site, construction site, they must be well versed about what are the different type of drawings and what is their importance, why these drawings are being used, and what is the purpose of their documentation, how this documentation system is carried out for those particular set of drawings. Because I am telling you that there are thousand numbers of drawings are going to be used at a mega industries. There may be a general drawings, civil drawings, electrical drawings, means as far as the classification of department is concerned. But another way of classifying the drawings, different set of drawings, we are going to discuss in this our session. So our learning objectives for today's session is to know what is the planning and scheduling, to know what are the different industrial and construction drawings are being used at a particular site, construction site, or in the project management and project execution. To know what is the purpose of these different drawings used in the project, and to understand what is how that particular huge drawings are documented at a documentation center or maybe a offline or online through the software, through in some particular your desk as your collection of these drawings. But definitely the indexing of those particular documentation is very important, because once we need to search a particular drawing which is required at a site to for reference or for some execution, then how that particular drawing it is to be traced back from the documentation, it is very important aspect. Apart from that, there are some particular documentation which is relevant to the purchase, which is relevant to the other vendors, suppliers whom we have made some particular communication follow, how those particular documentation are kept in a documentation center or maybe in some particular your desk. So normally we know what are the basic type of drawings, that is your plan drawing, elevation drawing, side view drawings, and the sectional drawings, and maybe sometimes a 2D drawings or 3D drawings. These are the normal nomenclature we are aware of. But beside that, we should know what are the industrial way of defining the drawings for the project execution. So please see on the screen, I am going to discuss you. There are 4 type of major classification for those particular drawings which are used in the project execution. The first one is plant layout drawing, second is the general arrangement drawings, third is the piping isometric drawings, and fourth is the P&ID drawings, piping and instrumentation drawing. So these are the four major classification of the particular drawings at industry which are going to be used as in the project. So first of all, the plant layout drawing are having the two types. One is the site layout drawing. This is nothing but a plan of a particular site. Now you will notice in this drawing that there is a north direction is mentioned here. So this is basically with reference to the north direction. However, in this particular drawing, that it is not based on the dimension, but normally it is based on the dimension. It is a site layout drawing. This is known as the plant layout drawings. So basically it can be of a first floor, ground floor, second floor, like that. So plant layout drawing are nothing but it is a plant drawing, but it is indicating the different set of areas of a plant in which there are some particular equipment are there, like it is a tank farm area, plant utilities area, production building, then future expansion, there is some waste collection area, effluent treatment area, then warehouse. So like that, this particular plant layout drawing, it indicates the total area of the plant, how it is being classified into some particular area with particular dimensions with reference to the north. Now I would like to tell you here, and definitely I would like to know from you that once we are making a drawing like a plant drawing also on the particular using a software as a CAD software, that we are going to have some reference point and we are going to make some particular drawing. Suppose it is a one particular equipment drawing you are making. Now if I will ask you that at a particular site, suppose your senior ask you that please go to the site and check the foundation of that particular equipment, it is in order or not for erecting the equipment on the particular foundation. He has just given you the number of foundation F1355. So 1355 is a one foundation for the one of the equipment F1355. So how you are going to proceed in that particular big area of a plant, that where it is going to be located. So while making the CAD drawings, we are making a reference point as a 00, but in the plant what is happening, that a particular some 2 or 3 references are going to be written as a north coordinate and the east coordinate. In some different area there will be some pillars or some particular points which are going to be mentioned with some dimension or the north coordinate and the east coordinate of a particular reference. So based on that, for that particular foundation drawing, once you check that foundation drawing as a plant drawing, then definitely in that particular drawing a north coordinate and the east coordinate will be mentioned. So based on that, you are going to locate that particular foundation at a plant, and then once you go to that particular foundation, you will notice that particular foundation is of a same number, because that number is also normally it is written on that foundation with some white paint or some other colors as a reference. Then whatever is the relevant dimension of the foundation, you are going to check in and going to confirm your seniors that this foundation is as far as the dimension is concerned, it is okay. However, we have to get a clearance from the civil department. So this is one of the industry point of view learning. Even you do not have experience going as a fresher, but in front of your seniors, once they assign you some task relevant to the project, whether it is at a site or whether it is on your MS Project software utility, that you are going to make him aware that you know something. So that's how in these sessions, whether it is you are a fresher, but still we are going to conduct those particular sessions in such a way that you are going to become at least some level of expertise that going as a fresher to join some company, still you are going to aware it of, and you don't have hesitate in working for the projects and execution or as a planning engineer. So another is a plant layout drawing. You can just see here for the ground floor. So this is the plant layout graphics for the Northern Heavy Oil Power Plant, and this is the north coordinate is also mentioned. However, the coordinate dimension is not mentioned in this particular plant layout drawing, but definitely that particular north coordinate and the east coordinate are given, like N1220 and E1655, like that it is mentioned at a particular some of the equipment location, so that you are going to aware it of that this is the reference position of a north and east coordinate. So this is how the plant layout drawing is being read. Now the purpose of this making of this plant layout drawing is to see the visualize the whole plant as a plant layout. What are the coordinates, major coordinates of a particular equipment, particular system, because there are so many of the different systems in a particular plant. In one plant there are, say suppose we take an example of fertilizer plant. So it is a high pressure system, low pressure system, medium pressure system, drilling system, ammonia plant, urea plant, offsite, utilities, effluent treatment plant, bagging plant, warehouses. So those particular area as a major dimensions we know in the plant where those particular site or at a particular executions are going to be taken place in that particular system or subsystem. So this is the importance of plant layout drawing. Now second drawing which we have talked about, the general arrangement drawings. General arrangement drawings pertaining to the one of the whole plant, like this is shown as a snapshot. There is a one column it is shown, and apart from that there are so many of the different shorter columns and some pipelines you can visualize in blue colors, in red colors, in some other colors also, along with the some equipment. It is being shown as a snapshot. So general arrangement drawing are being made along with the equipment, with the piping, some particular foundations for a particular subsystem or a subsystem area, so that we can visualize that particular system is going to have this type of nature of piping along with that system. Suppose a one distillation column is going to have some reboiler, some pump, another pipings, those particular make a whole one system. So general arrangement drawing is relevant to know a particular system is having those particular set of equipment along with piping, along with foundation, along with some electrical fittings, instrumentation also. So this is another snapshot to make you aware, my dear friends. Just see this, the general arrangement drawing of a whole plant is a one system or a one plant. You can just visualize it. It is only these particular drawings are made on some another softwares apart from the AutoCAD. Those particular software are being used to make these general arrangement drawings, in which we are going to show the pipelines, these equipments along with this particular steel structure also you can see here. This is a steel structure which is shown here. So this is how these general arrangement drawings. Now again the question is, why these general arrangement drawings are being made? These general arrangement drawing visualize and give a reference of what are those particular different equipment, set of equipment along with their pipelines, along with their electrical fittings, along with their instrumentation fittings are going to be used in that particular system. Another set of this general arrangement drawing you can visualize here. This is a pump section in which there are a number of 3 or 4 pumps are there. The pump having the suction line, this is a suction line, this is the discharge line, and this discharge line again going to some other equipment. So this suction is coming from some of the waste this equipment to these pumps, and then it is going as a discharge line. So this is again we can say it is one of the general arrangement drawing, though the dimensions are not indicated here. it is a schematic view to make you aware it of. This is another general arrangement drawing in which a one column is there. This is a steel structure is there, and on the steel structure this is a 3 tier. So you can see on the bottom tier there are some pipelines which have been shown as a cross section. On the another tier, there is a equipment. On another tier it is a one another equipment, and the top tier there is another one equipment. This is also known as the exchanger. And on the this is a cable tray also. It is going along with the different tires, and on the side of that different tires there are again the some of the equipment are there. So this is a we called it as a pipe rack. So it is a sectional drawing of a pipe rack, but we will call it as a general arrangement drawing in which the equipment along with the some particular piping is shown. So once again you just notice the plant layout drawing, general arrangement drawing we have discussed. Now piping isometric and P&ID drawings. Now one more time I would like to tell you this general arrangement drawing, while checking at the site that complete execution of a particular system or subsystem is being completed. So to review it, that general arrangement drawing are the reference drawing through which we are going to check each and every pipeline along with a particular equipment that has been executed as far as the requirement is concerned, drawing is concerned, some standards is concerned of engineering, those are going to be checked through this general arrangement drawings. Now third is the piping isometric drawing. Now before that we are going to the piping and instrumentation drawing. So now piping and instrumentation drawing are relevant for the process engineers. This piping and instrumentation drawing covers what are the instrumentation, automation are being used in a particular pipeline along with the equipment, like control valves, pressure valves, some pressure switches, some orifice plates, some different temperature gauges, pressure gauges along with the equipment which are used. So those particular drawings is specifically meant for the process engineers to check all the instrumentation necessary in that particular drawing system have been erected, constructed or not. So you can see the line diagram of a urea plant process. So if the process engineer going to check, because mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, civil engineers and other allied engineers, contractors, they are normally as a executor they are being carried out in the field work. The simultaneously that final checking and auditing of those particular equipment along with the some construction completion activities are being checked along with the contractors, some executors and the process engineers as a joint team, or sometime as a alone the process engineer they are going to check it. So my dear friend, I would like to emphasize you that while writing those particular activities, say suppose one system is there. So in that particular system, that equipment number 1 is foundation is made ready as per the drawing. So foundation ready as per drawing. This will be your standard format of activity writing. Then second, the pipeline number this executed at site. Reference drawing number this. General arrangement drawing. This particular piping drawing. Isometric drawing. So those particular references we are going to write in a MS project as a your activity nomenclature. So before that you are basically familiar those particular nomenclature of drawings apart from the some of the activities which are carried out at site. So those particular how those activities and drawing nomenclature as a activity in MS projects of how it is being used. That's how this familiarization of different set of industrial and execution drawings it is necessary. Now this is a piping plant layout drawing, again the same. Now this is you can see as a process and instrumentation diagram drawing. So here you can see there are some ASV, ASV, FV, this is a control valve, pressure safety valve, pressure gauge, temperature gauges are mentioned here, along with the suction knockout drum. You can notice here one vent is there, one control valve ASV is there, this PC pressure controller is there. This is one of the compressor. Along with the compressor there are some dotted line which is basically shown as some control instrumentation. So P&ID is nothing but it is used to indicate the equipment along with the some pressure controller, some instrumentation controller, but this particular drawing doesn't have a dimension. This is only to indicate the whole particular system, what are those particular instrumentation are being used in that particular system or in subsystem. So this is how that particular P&ID diagrams are used. This is again one of the, along with the tank there are some controllers are there. You can just notice these are the controllers, and these are again controllers. These are one of the tank, solvent tank from one of the plant, and these are the descriptions are there, and no dimension is going to be indicated here. It is only a piping and instrumentation diagrams. So this is again I am telling the purpose of this piping and instrumentation diagram while auditing at the site after the completion of execution with the collective departments. During audit, this piping instrumentation drawing are being used so that nothing is being left at a particular system. Some of the symbols which are used in piping and instrumentation diagram, it is just for your reference I have added here some. You can see the pressure gauge, flow meter, the indicators. These are the symbols are used in the industry practices. So this is just for your reference, my dear friends. This thermometer, temperature controller, flow indicators like that. This is being used in the drawings. Like here we used the pressure indicators, level controller, like that. Now fourth drawing is the isometric drawings. So here you will notice the north coordinate with the some particular dimension, size of the line. This is a 4-inch line. This is a nomenclature of the line is mentioned here. This is a starting point, you can say. This 4-inch STW. The nomenclature of a pipeline is normally mentioned as a size of the line, then service of the line, then particular type of the pipeline, means what is the material of construction of a pipeline, whether it is a carbon steel, stainless steel, which is mentioned, and the type of pipeline, maybe it is a welded pipeline or seamless pipeline. So this is normally a nomenclature is given. Here it is the elevation is also mentioned. Elevation is 1195, means 1 meter and 195 centimeter. This line starts from that particular elevation. Elevation is nothing but whatever is the ground level we indicate at a site, from that ground level this particular elevation is going to be read on. So that now north coordinate is also indicated here. That particular pipeline dimension is mentioned. This is one of the wall is used here. One is the NRV is used. Slope is there. Now the purpose of this isometric drawing is used at a site of construction mainly. From those isometrics, only the construction at a site is being carried out. Those isometrics in number of huge number of quantities there for even one system. One system consists of maybe 100 number of isometrics. So isometric one it is completed. Some of the joints are like it is a elbow, 45-degree elbow. This is 90-degree elbow. These are being some of the joints, welding joints are carried out at a prior to the site execution. This is known as a spool piece. These spool pieces are taken to the site, and those at a particular site this welding is carried out at a particular mentioned elevation, and like one by one isometrics are being used as a reference at a particular site for subsystem, system, for execution. So mainly the execution drawings, if somebody asks, then the prima facie isometrics are the primary execution drawings at a site. Similarly, for the civil engineers, the foundation, basic foundation drawings are the for the civil engineer is a reference at a site. Definitely the reference of a general arrangement drawing, it is going to be required for the north and east coordinate to mention the marking, because marking is also to be carried out for the foundation. So once you know with the reference of a north coordinate and the east coordinate, then only you are going to make a reference marking of your particular foundation. This is how it is being carried out. So in jointly a plant layout, this general arrangement drawing of a section along with that isometric drawing, it is being used for execution. This is another piping isometric drawing to show you, to make you aware that it is size is also mentioned, that nomenclature you just read 3 inch RW means raw water. Then this is a 41111, this is some service class, it is mentioned. Then CS is the pipeline as a carbon steel. So this is how the size line suffix is mentioned in every drawing, isometric drawing, to read it. So at least you are aware that in isometric there will be a north coordinate, there will be a east coordinate, or either only north coordinate. One end will be mentioned as a coordinate or along with some particular equipment. So you will know what is the starting point. Then you will notice how the nomenclature is being written for a pipeline. So once you being asked at a site that please go and review the execution by the some contracting agencies for that particular line number. So you can go and see that particular line, what is the progress at site. Even if you are a planning engineer, then also you need to update your planning on a day-to-day basis. Now here one point I am just asking you, that what is planning and scheduling. Many of the even engineers do not know what is planning and scheduling. So just a few seconds think for, I am coming to that. The planning is nothing but listing down different set of activities which are based on some construction part or some time. Scheduling is indicating the duration of those particular set of activities and aligning them based on their execution series and making a relationship between that, so that the start time of each activity and the finish time of each activity, and along with the project start time and the project finish time is indicated. That is known as scheduling. So planning is nothing but only listing down. Suppose one party it is going to be arranged by your some friend, then there are some activities of like tent work, lighting work, sound work, and some your menu decisions, some table counters, like that. These are the some subgroups, and over that some activities are there. So you are making a list of that. But once you are going to make it as a schedule, what are the particular activities or group of activities are going to follow those particular activities during your this execution. Maybe it is a 1 day task, or maybe it is a 2 days or 3 days, or maybe some number of days. Depending upon that, you are going to make your duration, whether it is in hours, whether it is in day or some weeks. So it is how that planning and scheduling is having a difference. Again, this is a piping isometry, you can notice, but to go with the in detailing that how to read it, that piping isometric, that another course work will definitely go ahead. The piping introduction to the piping with different materials which are used in piping in industry, their supports, how those particular different piping supports are being used, what are different type of pipings, ISBL piping, OSBL piping, isometric piping, how these piping drawings are made. So this is again we are going to have another course for piping introduction, there a slight design work and piping supports. So this is definitely we are going to have another coursework for learning purpose in detail, but prima facie to know what is isometrics as a planning engineers, as a site executors, at least to make you aware it. This is how we have shown as a schematic diagrams. Now some symbols also as a reference it is being indicated. I am just going to show you the 1, 2, 3 like elbow 90 degree, elbow 45 degree, and how these elbows are shown in the piping. So it is 90 degree, it is 45 degree. Some other socket joints are there, T joints, T reducers. So it is how it is being shown in the your piping drawings. So this is just to keep you as a reference, some symbols for the piping flanges and walls which are used, gate wall, globe wall, ball wall, and how this is shown in the your drawings. Now coming to the indexing, means documentation of these drawing, whether it is a major classification, how these drawings and different documents of a project are being kept in as a soft collection as a documentation, or maybe a hard collection of a documentation in the documentation center. So these, first of all, indexing is being carried out as a based on the ISBL and OSBL. ISBL means inside battery limit. Any plant in the territory or the business unit area having their battery limits, that north coordinate and east coordinate with the plant layout drawing, it is mentioned as a ISBL limits. Beside that, it is OSBL. OSBL means outside battery limit. So indexing of the documentation is based on the first major prima facie as ISBL drawings and OSBL drawing. Now OSBL also again having the equipment based general arrangement drawings, then your isometric drawings, then your piping layout drawings, then P&ID drawings, like that we are going to have indexing. OSBL drawings again. Now OSBL drawings are nothing but, suppose there is a utility plant from where the nitrogen, hydrogen, water, it is being sent to the plant. So over the racks, piping racks, these particular pipeline are going, and then it is going to the ISBL limit, start limit of any plant. So during running of those particular lines from utility plants to the ISBL start point, this is we called as your OSBL area. So OSBL drawings are mentioned like that, or pipe rack drawings. So these are the some drawing references are kept in the drawing documentation. This is why I am discussing here, that suppose you are being asked by your senior and you joined as a fresher, maybe a 1 year experience, or maybe just a 2 years experience, or maybe as a fresher in one of the execution company. Then you have been asked that go to the documentation center and bring the reference drawing of a particular equipment or some pipeline OSBL. So once you go there, then what you are going to ask them, the which drawing you are needing. So at least you are going to know the pipe rack drawing of OSBL from utility section or in between sections. So this is how you can ask for the OSBL drawing. Pipe rack plan drawing. This is how you are going to ask them. And based on the your coordinates, north and east coordinate, you will decide, because the over a running length there may be 4 or 5 pipe rack drawings are there. So you can choose which drawing it is going to be required for your reference purpose, which area. This is how basically I am emphasizing that you make aware it of that what are the different set of drawings. And being a fresher, you should not be means work as a fresher in the industry. So definitely drawing of the ISBL. Now there are so many different correspondence are carried out during a project execution with the different agencies, different contractors, different engineers, different departments like civil department, electrical, mechanical, each department also having a different communication, coordinations through email, through some physical paper correspondence. Nowadays we are mostly going with the email and some particular on a maybe it is on the phone. So those correspondence are being kept in a record at a documentation because those references are being used for the future references. Suppose a plant expansion is going to be carried out. So those references are going to be needed, that what was discussed finally to carry out or to carried out at a site for the capacity of a raw water pipeline size, and what are the expansion feasibility was there on a pipe rack, what capacity of load it can also further carry for the 2 or 3 pipelines which can run on the pipe rack, and maybe in the ISBL also what are the other areas where we can expand that plant. So expansion or maybe addition of the plant, further unit, these documentation are going to be referred back. So summary of today's presentation, my dear friend, that we have gone through the project management revision as in the first 2 sessions which we have discussed. What is project management, what are the different type of set of activities, what is network diagram, and in the second session we have discussed the breakdown structure. What is the breakdown structure, how to create the breakdown structure, why to create the breakdown structure in the project, and why it is necessary to manage the activity. We cannot manage the system and subsystem because of the longer duration, because of the involvement of the different tasks into it for the different discipline. So there will be a conflict of correspondence. To avoid that, to manage it smoothly, that we are going to have a start date, finish date for individual activities, whether it is a different disciplines are involved. So those how these breakdown structures are work. Every discipline engineers, by sitting their cabins, and they can see, visualize the MS project schedule, so they know when this particular activity, erection of equipment, it is going to be carried out after the completion of a foundation. So they visualize that, and then once visualization, then they can confirm it. Then also there is a criteria that updation of that particular project on those particular activities also indicate that this task has been over, so we can go with the next task for the different discipline. So it is a group integration of communication which is also been carried out based on this breakdown structure. Now types of the drawings and documentation discussed in this current session. This is the third session. What are the different type of industrial construction drawings we have discussed? Mainly the plant layout drawings, general arrangement drawings, P&ID drawings, piping and instrumentation drawing, and fourth one is the isometric drawings. What are the purpose of each drawing in the project execution? We have discussed very well. I think by this you are aware it of a familiarization and a basic confidence which we ourselves and yourself do have a motivation that I know something about a project now with the 3 sessions only, and I am confident in learning further sessions for MS Project software, along with writing skill of those standard set of activities in that, and making a breakdown structure, following the further path, whatever is the this MS Project activities further it is going to be carried out, and making scheduling. So we'll going to discuss in subsequent sessions. Now any query, please, you can definitely discuss with CAD/CAM through the website, or you can contact me also. Thanks dear, once again, have a nice day and best wishes.